UN human rights chief slams Israel for wanton killing of Palestinian amputee, blames Trump for clashes. Ibrahim Abu Thuraya, who lost his legs during an Israeli airstrike 9 years ago, was one of 4 Palestinians killed during protests over Trump's declaration of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Read. The UN High Commissioner for Human Rights Zeid Hussein condemned on Tuesday the shooting of a wheelchair-bound Palestinian man during clashes along the Israel-Gaza border on Friday. Ibrahim Abu Thuraya, 29, lost his legs during an Israeli airstrike 9 years ago. He was one of 4 Palestinians killed during a wave of protests and clashes over the weekend following U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. One of those killed was shot after he attempted to stab an Israeli officer. The facts gathered so far by my staff in Gaza strongly suggest that the force used against Ibrahim Abu Thuraya was excessive, Zeid said, adding that Thuraya appears to have been killed by a bullet wound to the head when he was around 20 meters from the Israel-Gaza border fence. Zeid said that given Thuraya's disability there was no evidence that he posed a threat to the Israeli forces. His killing is incomprehensible, a truly shocking and wanton act, Zeid said. These events, including the loss of 5 irreplaceable human lives, can sadly be traced directly back to the unilateral U.S. announcement on the status of Jerusalem, which breaks international consensus and was dangerously provocative, he added. Trump's Jerusalem declaration nearly 2 weeks ago sparked protests and violent clashes between Palestinians and Israeli security services. Scores of Palestinians have been injured and 8 Palestinians, including 2 Hamas militants and a Palestinian attacker, have died during the unrest following the The Israeli army said that Thuraya participated in extremely violent riots, in which Palestinians threw rocks and explosive devices and burned tires. The army added that the soldiers showed restraint in the use of force and requests for details on Thuraya